young Gerald across the forests and plains of the Flaneus, and you have arrived in the largest city in the world. This is the last place that he has been seen. The great free city of Greyhawk. You find yourselves in the Red Pine Tavern. It's a seedy, horrid little place on the edge of the poor quarter of Greyhawk. It is owned. The reason you're here is it's owned by a retired ranger named Amaria Galwin. Amaria was once a woodland protector, and now she's retired here, having lost her leg in a battle with a beholder. She's retired here, and she is your first contact here in the Free City. So, we're going to start Skylar, Josh, Jory, then Freya. Okay, so it will be Trell, Arius, Varg, and Kara.
Do I still have my bludgeoned hand, my stone hand?
Your cursed
No,
hand?
I'm going to assume you actually paid a cleric to cast Remove Curse on that shit. Unless you want to keep it.
No, good God, no.
Okay. So no, you are freed of your cursed hand.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, so you said we have a contact.
Yes, she's the owner of this tavern. Behind the bar is a rather large half-orc.
Okay. Trell just may let someone else do the talking this time.
All right. So Aris is going to go up to the contact and say, "So, I hear you have something for us."
You don't see your contact. You do see the half-orc. The half-orc looks at you up and down and goes, "What do you want, Knife Ear?"
Oh, they racist here.
I know.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, Freya went.
Yep.
Freya has gone missing in action. Hello, welcome back, Freya.
Yep. Right. So I'm speaking to the half orc, and I say, I think I'm looking for someone particular, and I mention the name in which the contact.
You're looking for the boss. No problem. Just go up the stairs, take a left.
All right. So
the big dog guy's with you. He looks Gromek up and down. Big dog guy's orc and an elf. A small human. This all your group?
Yeah, that's me.
Gonna need you to check your weapons here.
Well, mine not exactly check, it's just plain.
The half-orc gives you a withering glance. And he's like, look, the mistress of the house is going to be really shitty if I don't take your weapons and put them in the box behind the bar.
I mean, it gives them up willingly, but...
So does Trell.
Every damn elf thinks that... He looks to you, Trell. Every damn elf thinks they got a sense of humor.
And Kara doesn't have a problem.
Kara gives up her weapons, realizing she is a weapon. All right, so you go up the stairs, I guess?
As far as I'm aware. As
Well,
he
as far
just,
as it's up to you,
dies
Tina.
behind you.
What? Okay, so Arius, you've given up your weapons. Varg, what are you doing?
Well, he's gonna reluctantly hand over his weapons and follow everyone else.
Okay. All right, you pass over your weapons. You guys go up the stairs. You see a tall human woman with a wooden leg and pale blonde hair. She has green eyes. She's like, "You would be the woodland protectors, wouldn't you?"
That would be us.
It's an absolute pleasure to see you all. You may use the facilities upstairs here as your base.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
So, who are you looking for exactly?
So we're meeting this contact.
She is the contact.
Varg goes up. We're looking for. We're looking for a human. I guess boy.
Human boy named Gerald.
He says his name's Gerald.
All right. Will anyone else be looking for him?
That's possible. I'm pretty sure we established last time that,
Actually,
that...
you did. The Scarlet Brotherhood will be looking for him.
Yep.
We do believe that the Scarlet Brotherhood may be looking for him as well.
She's taking a drink of ale and spits it across the room. The what?
He kind of gets closer and cups his paws around his muzzle. The Scarlet Brotherhood may be looking for him as well.
Yes, of course.
Arius is putting his chin in his palm of his hand and saying, "Well, that's a waste of ale."
Kara's just shaking her head in the back and saying, "Oh God."
Well, he'd be hiding here in the poor quarter, right? He doesn't have a lot of money, a lot of resources.
He ran away from his organization, so I imagine he wouldn't have anything.
All right. Good to know. So, there is one person I'm going to try to contact for you. Please stay the night here. And hopefully I can get an answer without him asking for too much.
So it sounds like that you are familiar with the Scarlet Brotherhood.
I am.
I know that this is a large city, and it's most likely possible, but have you been made aware of any of their presence here in the city?
They have a bloody embassy.
What? Where?
Oh, just south of the Temple Quarter. Yes, they have an embassy.
Not a very good city to hide.
I don't know. It's a free city. We're neutral territory. Everyone comes here to work out their differences.
Well, I mean, someone who has recently ran away from them. I imagine it's not a good idea to hide in a city where they have an embassy.
They have a presence everywhere, my friend.
That's fair.
Just here, you can see them coming.
Well, thank you. That is something that I was not aware of about this city. For them to be so open is very disconcerting.
The Scarlet Brotherhood buys a lot of weapons. The dwarves trade with them. The elves trade with them. We humans trade with them.
Is there anything else you can tell us about the city that would be important to know?
Try to stay out of the sewers if you can. If you have to go down there, be careful. There's a lot of traps and a lot of weird things. Try to stay away from the ruins of Castle Greyhawk if you can.
What's there?
It's a giant delve created by an insane wizard.
How insane exactly?
Zagig the Mad. You recognize this name. This is a name that among wizards is like, if it was a bad idea, Zagig did it.
Fair enough. Okay. Alright, so I'm thinking. Oh, him. Oh, good God, no.
He once grafted the hand of Vecna to a monkey.
Alright.
What would that do?
It wasn't pleasant.
So what exactly do you want for us to help you to help us?
What do I want? Probably nothing. However, my contact will likely want you to do something for him.
I figured there'd be a favor for a favor.
He's the most mercenary son of a bitch I've ever met.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's true. I think it's only fair for us to follow through the actions here.
All right, so you all are you are free to do whatever you like. You're inside the little base here. What are you doing for the rest of the evening?
My main thing I could do is try my potion making, basically. Can never have too many health potions.
Okay.
Oh, before we leave her presence,
Yes.
I would like to ask, before we came up here, your man at the bar requested that we leave our weapons.
Yes.
May we keep them in our rooms? So
Your
that way
weapons
they're...
will be brought to your rooms. We just do that when you come in so that the rabble doesn't have their weapons on them either.
Okay. Well, thank you. I much appreciate it.
No problem. She grunts softly as she hoists herself up onto her good leg and begins walking down the stairs to consult with her half-orc barman. Your rooms are simple but nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you're used to, Arius, but it will do.
I can now make a tent.
Okay, so you're okay. Roll for your potions, please, Skylar.
Alright, it's my herbalism kit, I believe.
Okay, you produce. How many do you make?
That's... I mean, they usually take a work day, honestly, to make.
Yeah. Alright, so you spend the next day. You produce 3.
Sweet.
Daria produces 1. Arius, you carry a sword, right?
Correct. Yes, a rapier, to be exact.
Alright, so Gromek has sharpened your rapier, giving it a +1 damage bonus for the next 4 days.
Oh yeah, whetstones do that. Varg has a whetstone for that.
Yeah, Varg's Varg's kind of like sitting over somewhere using the whetstone on his arrows.
Grumek, so it looks up from the rapier and goes. He spits on the whetstone and begins deepening the sharpness. He's like, I've never seen the point in sharpening such tiny blades.
And Varg looks up and says in Orcish, "I've never seen anyone spit on their whetstone."
Actually, that's what you do. You spit on it, and then yeah.
Oh,
That's why it's called a wet stone.
Oh,
he kind of like turns his head. Then again, maybe spitting is very similar to us licking. So
I cannot imagine how awful that must taste.
Varg, as he picks up the whetstone, looks Gromek in the eyes, and just like sloppily licks his tongue across the whetstone, and is just like, "You'd be surprised."
That shards of metal taste good on your tongue? You are a strange creature, Master Varg.
Yeah, I get that a lot, especially since I come here.
No problem. Alright.
Trell is going to like basically make his tent inside of his room.
Amaria sort of walks by going, "You're building a tent
It's a magical tent.
inside the room."
He's like, no one can get in my tent. Try.
I'd rather not.
He just has this blue glowing tent in the middle of the room.
You're a peculiar one, Trell.
I'm not used to sleeping indoors.
Neither was I, but you get used to it. Especially if you spend enough time in a dungeon.
Ooh.
Those are my least favorite places to sleep.
Mine too. She knocks on her wooden leg.
I imagine there's a story behind that.
Yes, we managed to bring down a beholder. The rest of my party was killed. Dulrin the mage, he was disintegrated immediately. Gothrin the paladin lost his head. A beholder can bite off parts of you faster than you can imagine.
And I've read a bit about those, and I hope I never have to tangle with one.
Whatever you've read, it's much worse.
I'll keep that in mind. Personally,
Alrighty.
most of my interests deal with dragons.
Okay, well, good night, everyone. Amaria makes her way to bed. And the half-orc, whose name you have found out is Torgo, Torgo's like, "Is there anything I can get you all?"
Ren is like, do you have pastries?
Pastries. I think we do.
I wouldn't mind a tankard of mead if it's going away.
You drink all you want, sir. The Decisions. He brings you your first tankard of mead. Do you take more?
Yes, of course he does.
Why are you
How many
always
tankards
drinking?
do you take?
Just two. No,
Just two.
yes.
You got to keep your buzz going. If you become sober now, the collective hangover of 300 years may very well kill you.
That's why Arius is thinking. Yeah, just two. I don't need any more than this.
All right, so you all spend the night. It's peaceful. It's calm. Actually, Trell, you're kind of impressed that the rooms up here in Amaria's quarters have been the walls have been stuffed with enough furs and cloths that literally you can't hear the city sound outside.
He is definitely impressed about that, and slept very well as a result. Well, tranced very well, I guess.
The next morning, you guys come down the stairs, and you see Amaria sitting across from a... There are two big burly guys and one small robed man, and there is a Himalayan cat on a pillow.
Oh, I know what those look like.
And so this fuzzy cat is sitting there, and Amaria is talking. And so what are you guys doing?
Trell is just gonna listen at the cat, see if it says anything.
Arius is just getting breakfast.
Oh, by the way, breakfast consists of a lovely smoked salmon, and then like a shrimp frittata.
No.
Yep. That's why he's getting breakfast.
And just absolutely wonderful. There are wonderful pastries and just all this stuff. And the cat has a plate in front of him and is cutting a pastry with a knife and fork.
Ah.
And Amaria looks pained, and she's like, Trell, Varg, Arius, Kara, I'd like you to meet my contact, Mr. Fluffykins.
Varg just lets out this loud snort, and he just covers his nose. Oh, sorry, sneezed.
Bryn is just laughing.
Yes, I'm certain you did, says Mr. Fluffykins.
Varg just like recoils with his arms up to his chest, like, what the hell?
Trell is kind of looking around, making sure everybody else can understand what he's saying.
Arius is just eating breakfast. He doesn't care.
All right, you recognize the monogram and the signet on the cat's pillow, Arius. This is the very fine. He trades the very finest seafood across the Central Fleneus. This is possibly one of the richest beings in the world.
Oh, okay.
Sitting right across from you.
Of course, it would be seafood.
Yes, of course, I do prefer seafood. I prefer the finer things in life.
Arya says, yes, of course. You see food and you eat it, but
Varg just like kind of like
apparently
glances
the
over.
elven wit is over so.
Varg is just like glancing over at Arius with this like raised eyebrow look, like, really? Again, I make puns, you want me dead. That was awful.
And Kara just shakes her head again, going, "Oh my gosh."
Please sit, eat.
Varg, I apologize for this dysfunctional group. Though half of the dysfunction comes from me.
So is is the fish we're eating now part of what you distribute?
Yes, it is. This came this very morning.
Well, it is delicious.
He then has like the guy in robes. He's pouring some of the finest elven brandy.
Mm.
Please partake, my friends.
Oh, Arius needs no excuse.
Charles doesn't really drink alcohol.
More's the pity.
And Varg
So-
kind of like sniffs at it, just like, ooh, nice.
It
prefer my
is. I have a
senses in
passion for the finer things. He stretches with a big rumbling purr. Maria tells me you are seeking information.
We're always seeking information, but how much do you know?
I could contact some people, see what I know. Says you're looking for a young man named Gerald.
Correct.
Mhm.
What would you like in return?
You look to be fairly handy with blades. A small matter. I have a bit of an infestation in the market district.
What kind of infestation?
It would appear to be vampires.
Oh,
Mm.
that is an interesting infestation to have.
It is the most decidedly inconvenient infestation to have, because they are taking out the best workers.
How did they infest?
I suppose the regular way.
Are they specifically targeting your fish business?
No, they're not specifically targeting my fish business, but I've got grieving family members calling in, saying, "Oh, I have to bury my kitten or daughter."
Varg kind of leans over to Trell and goes like, and it's not fish, it's seafood.
What kind of vampires are there exactly?
The kind with pointy teeth that prey on humans.
Yes, that explains every other type of vampire, but is there anything particular about these?
Look, I'll get you the information you seek. You investigate and deal with it.
I think
We should
that's
be able to
doable.
pull that off.
So would we have to do? Varg's just like, wouldn't we have to do this at night? Because if I remember, if I know anything, which I don't, vampires are nightwalkers.
Can I make like a roll to see if Trell's read stuff about them?
Yeah, sure. It would be a lore or intelligence check, whatever that skill's called.
Lore.
Monsterology, whatever.
Okay, well I've got all right, what would fall under that?
Trell, what have your elvish eyes seen in the bestiaries?
I mean, it probably wouldn't be a nature check.
No, it wouldn't be a nature check. So it'd probably just be a straight intelligence check.
Yeah, alright, let me try that. Oh, okay. I got it.
Well,
You
Trell's read
20
some
on
shit.
it.
You have read Van Richten's Guide to Vampires, so you are familiar.
Apparently I know everything there is to know about vampires.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know that trying to hunt them at night would be a remarkably bad idea. They're nearly indestructible. They're fast, they're strong, they're stealthy, and they're capable of unnatural feats. What the hell am I hearing in the background?
Sorry, no, that's me.
I'm sorry, I just heard like, I'm like, what the crap?
I was thinking it was like random little puppies just wobbling around.
It sounded like someone was cleaning a glass to me.
No, it was me cleaning my teeth.
Now I picture
Wow.
you pulling out your teeth and using Windex on them.
My teeth are superbly clean.
Dentist orders.
Because of Windex. Anyway. Alright, so,
So we
Mr.
should find-
Fluffykins has asked you to investigate his vampire problem.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Most likely, we should figure out where they sleep in the daytime.
well, it's a very large city.
Where do they usually attack?
I imagine for
Usually
blood.
here in the poor quarter or in the market quarter.
Bark stands up. All right, so we start there, and we just follow the scent of cold and death.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
Absolutely.
Which is
I
what I'm
like
good
you.
for.
I like you, Mr. Varg.
And I like
you
you, fluffy butt.
My name is Fluffykins, but you may scratch my butt if you like.
Are we
So,
allowed to ask you about being feline?
Why, certainly. He
Is
begins
it?
cleaning himself.
Is it? He pauses for a moment. Is it druidic magic?
I believe it was actually a sorcerer, I hear. I was a small kitten. The sorcerer had a surge of wild magic, according to my friend Mordenkainen. And here I am. Clever, handsome, and rich.
Yes,
I'm impressed that you were able to, in this state, become as successful as you are.
You would not underestimate the... I got my start by being a pet to a wealthy but lonely noblewoman. You'd be surprised what human women will do for felines.
Tell me about it.
I just kind of give him an odd look. You know,
Bark.
being a human female.
So, Arius is just going to inspect the market area.
Okay. So you're
Parts.
moving out, you're inspecting the market area, you're taking the day to do so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll a wisdom check.
Oh, wisdom.
The difficulty is 15.
Mm. Where's wisdom?
It's the one that says wisdom. I'm sorry, I just had to say it.
Second to last one down.
No, it's not. It's the second to last one down.
That's what I just said.
If Varg were to sniff for anything, what would that be? Perception or wisdom?
We will actually get to you momentarily, Varg.
Okay.
It would be a perception.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Or investigation, but yeah, probably perception.
All right, so Arius, you are searching and you don't find anything related to vampires, but you can buy literally anything here.
No.
I mean, this is the largest market on this planet.
I mean, all right. They might not have been looking for what they needed, but Arius is always good for a shopping spree.
Weapons and armor.
Varg kind of like plays with his quiver a bit. It's just been like, I've been meaning to get a bigger quiver.
We're tasked with something and we just want to shop.
That's fine. No, y'all can shop and search.
That's
so
true.
what are you looking for? What would you like specifically, Arius? What would you like to find?
All right. While Arius is searching, I think Arius would like some kind of scroll.
Okay.
A charisma scroll, specifically. I think
You're just looking for a spell scroll, right?
Yeah.
All right. Roll a 100-sided die for me.
If we're looking for spell scrolls, I personally would suggest one having to do with daylight. I think it's
Is
just
that,
called Sunbeam.
I'm guessing that's
Magic is not common enough that you're going to be able to find specific scrolls.
Ah, okay.
So what did you get?
1D100.
Yes.
Right.
All right, you got a 36. So you find a 3rd level wizard spell.
Mm-hmm.
You find Magic Circle.
Ooh. Okay.
Basically, you create glowing runes around you, and a creature cannot willingly enter the cylinder by non-magical means. It has if it tries to get in, it has disadvantage on all attack rolls, and the targets within cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Okay.
Now, it does have components and takes 1 minute to cast. You have to have holy water and or a powder of silver and iron worth at least 100 gold pieces.
Okay. So, what's the spell called? Sorry.
Magic Circle.
Yep, that's just further. And I can add that to my spell list.
Yes, you can.
Right, that's fine. I will just save that for later.
All right, so that's what you did during the day. Varg, you're sniffing around, right?
Yes. Damn it!
There's a lot of cool baked goods here. Spices you've never smelled before. There's this stuff called cinnamon. It's amazing. You should totally try this.
The funny part is Jory hates the smell of cinnamon.
Smells good in small quantities, but huge quantities like a candle, not so much.
Well, no, these are perfectly balanced sweet rolls. Just picture the Skyrim sweet rolls.
Oh, did someone steal your sweet roll?
That's right. Someone stole my sweet roll, you bastards.
I am just picturing Varg on all fours, like with his head, with kind of like just the upper part of his face from the nose up, poking up over a stand, looking at a sweet wall and sniffing like a dog.
Hey, you mutt, get... Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't know you was, not the local dog.
Kind of stands
Sorry,
up.
couldn't tell from that angle.
Kind of stands up to his full, like, 8-foot self and is just like, no, that's good.
Can I interest you in a sweet roll, sir?
Never had one.
Well, I'll give you a free sample.
Oh, what? That's a thing you do here?
I'm gonna do it here.
Well, that's awesome of you. Thanks. But, okay.
All right. He gives you a sweet roll.
He just like sniffs at it just a bit and then like, just kind of like throws it in his whole mouth.
Oh, very nice. Do you like that? Would you like a dozen of them?
Kind of like just mouthful, just nods, running really fast. Just like,
That'll be 1 gold piece for a baker's dozen, sir.
like, he's just like, wait, and like reaches in, like he looks over at Trell, like, Trell, you have the money.
I do.
I need a gold piece.
I suspect I'm going to need a few of them for Ren, considering
Yes.
I can see where you are.
He is just like trotting.
I actually picture Rin has you by the hair and is kind of steering you toward this booth anyway.
Just wide-eyed and drooling at it.
So he just like gives them 6 gold pieces.
All right, you now have 6 times 13 sweet rolls.
Mark's just over there like his regular paws are clapped together and like, you know, clinched together, and like he's trotting on like his hind legs, just like
Charles and Rin is digging in as Charles is just kind of passing out sweet rolls to the rest of the party.
All right, so that's what you've been doing, Varg, and Trell by extension. So now, Kara, what are you doing?
Hearing what Mr. Fluffykins has had to say about the vampires, I want to go visit the Fletcher, and I want to talk with him about purchasing a light crossbow, or okay. So let me ask you this: as I was looking through this, because it has simple ranged weapons, which is a crossbow light, and then there's martial ranged weapons, which it says crossbow hand. So is that literally like the one that you can just hold in the one hand?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I want to talk to him about a hand crossbow.
All right. The shopkeeper is a heavy-set human male named Jeffrey.
Good day, sir. How are you?
Good day to you, young miss. How can I help you?
Does he have a name tag saying Jeffrey?
Yeah. He does.
Hello, my name is...
He invented name tags.
So I actually was wanting to speak with you about purchasing
You're speaking.
a hand crossbow, but instead of it traditionally firing arrows, I would like to have it fire just an arrow without the metal tip, so with it just being just a wooden tip altogether.
So you just want a hand crossbow?
Yes.
That'll be maybe 150 gold. But if you got the coin, I got something better.
What's that?
He pulls out an enchanted dwarven crossbow. It glows the light blue.
Ooh. So what's so special about that?
It hits whatever you aim at. It's a lot more reliable.
Mm-hmm.
It'll even hit the undead.
Interesting.
Vampires count as undead.
How much do you want for that?
For this, 2,000.
Just out of character real quick, because I cannot remember. I know that Trell was holding all the coin for us, right?
We have a lot.
Probably go find Trell.
I was gonna say, would we have enough to cover that, right?
We have like a ridiculous amount of money. We can probably cover about anything.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. So, all right. Well, I tell you what, my good sir. Give me just a little bit of time and let me go and collect the coin, and I shall return. And
don't be too long, because had somebody looking at this earlier, and basically, if you read these dwarf runes, it's said to lead the one who wields it to wealth and glory.
Well, the dwarves always are known for wanting to be, wealthy and glorious.
Indeed. So, hopefully you get back here before the elf that wanted this. I'll throw in some, if you can get an extra 500, I'll throw in 20 enchanted arrows.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to leave and go find Trell.
Okay.
And,
Find Trell.
mhm.
Though
And,
first, I need you to make... Trell?
Mhm.
I need you to make a wisdom check.
Ooh.
Perception, really.
Okay, perception. Let me find it on here. There we go. Oh my goodness.
Okay. You manage to spot the group of pickpockets that tries to get near you, and then they take a look at you and Daria's rather large swords and decide perhaps they should go elsewhere.
It gives them a menacing look, and as does Ren.
They don't really pay attention to you and Rin's menacing looks. They pay more attention to the rather large blades. They're just like, oh, nope. Right afterward, here comes Kara.
Hopefully they don't try to pickpocket Varg because his stuff is on Car.
But Kara is not there walking with you. He's in the water sphere.
That's true.
This is true.
As Kara comes over, she's like, "You want a sweet roll?"
No, thank you. Ooh, well, that does smell very good.
I am currently covered in them. I would prefer if you take it.
Yes, that sounds good. Will you? I found a most unique weapon that I think will aid us very well in our current request. But can you and Varg come join me at the weaponsmith?
I've been wanting to head over there myself anyway.
Varg's just
Okay.
over there like shoveling sweet rolls in his mouth from his front. Just, oh yeah, sure.
So as we're walking over there, I kind of quietly lower my voice and tell Trell what it is, as far as with the it's a Dwarven crossbow and all that good stuff. So
We may want to
And,
bring Arius then. He can identify magical items to make sure this person is telling the truth.
oh, I didn't even think about that, especially for the price that he's asking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Varg just looks around the market. Arius!
Arius appears and says, "Yeah, I can do this. What do you want?"
Varg just jumps. Oh, shit. Where'd you come from?
At which point, I picture Rin going, "That is classically mysterious."
Oh, that's funny. So, all right. So I guess we head back to the shop.
Is this an investigation check?
Actually,
no,
you don't
you
have
have-
to investigate. I'm not making you roll for it. These are all legit weapons.
Oh, okay.
He's got a massive rack of enchanted weaponry.
Yeah, everything here is perfectly okay. Do what you want. I don't care.
There is a fantastic looking longsword here.
Ooh. Hello.
Okay. Here's what it is. There's like bags of ammunition. There are clubs, lances, long swords, great swords, maces.
I'm personally happy with longsword. Possibly
Arius
longbows.
Arius needs some hefty ammunition for his crossbow.
All right. So let's see. Okay, so are you buying the Dwarven Crossbow?
Yes, and
We should
the
probably- Yeah, we should probably tally everything. Like,
Yeah. The Dwarven Crossbow it's a +2 weapon.
mm.
And the damage on to hit and damage. Basically, it's a Dwarven Crossbow +2 light crossbow. Now, is someone interested in the longsword?
Of course, I'm interested in the longsword.
All right, that one is 2,500 gold. It is a +1 longsword, and every strike is accompanied by a burst of light.
Is there something that the light does?
No,
No.
it's just a +1 longsword.
Okay. That's what
Arius,
longsword.
Arius is going to keep tabs of all the amount that people are paying for stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes, good. I mean, I'm keeping tabs as well. As soon as somebody gives me like the price, I'll take it off of this.
Okay, there are 20 arrows that are basically +2 ammunition. They're +2 to hit and damage, and they do add with whatever enchantment the bow has.
Okay.
Need to sell
Oh,
that
okay. And a
down.
weird effect on those arrows is that any foe slain by it is transformed into a rat.
Oh. Oh.
Huh.
Interesting.
Is this just a weapon shop, or do they have armor?
They've just got weapons here. He does know of a. Jeffrey does say there's some good armor. There's a good armor shop down the way.
Okay.
There's a Morning Star. There's even a Trident.
Oh, good God! What?
I tried.
That's not a
What's the
that's not a nuclear weapon submarine, is it?
No, it's a
Okay,
Trident
good.
to Fish Command.
All right, that's fine.
And there is a Dwarven Hammer of Thunderbolts here.
Ooh.
So we have Aquaman and Thor.
But the Hammer of Thunderbolts is a legendary weapon, and it will run you about 15,000 gold.
I think.
Well, it's fortunate that Arius is, married to a very wealthy.
Yeah, but everything's about cost effective. I mean, how much would Aris be willing to pay for something which he could make back from that money? That's the question.
Yeah. On the Dwarven Crossbow, what type of damage is it?
It's standard crossbow damage +2.
Okay. So 1d8
Yeah, +2.
piercing? Okay. All right, thank you.
And you said the longsword is just a +1 longsword, but it
Just
makes
+1
light.
longsword, but it creates a burst of light when you hit with it.
Honestly, I don't know if I will want that, in case I would prefer not to be spotted by literally everyone when it's night.
It's entirely up to I randomly rolled what the contents of this shop are. So, that's what I got.
Alright, I'll wait for like a possibly more enchanted longsword.
Okay. There are some nice great swords if anyone wants them, but
Are there any good rapiers?
no.
Alright. It's fine.
What about daggers?
Or longbows? Did you mention
No
longbows?
daggers.
Darn.
Nice. All right. So, are we going to the armor shop?
Yeah.
Hold on. What's the amount?
It was 2,500
All
for
right.
the bow and 25
And-
arrows.
20.
20.
Is that gold
All right,
pieces?
so 5.
Gold pieces, yes.
Can Arius just pull out a platinum piece and be done with it?
No, one platinum's worth 10 gold.
Oh, never mind then. I was mistaken. Aris is just going to let everyone fend for themselves. He'll provide the cash, but he doesn't care generally.
Okay. So, are we done here?
At the weapons shop, yes, I didn't find anything.
Okay, so we're going to go to the armorer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what we get.
Ooh.
Okay, you enter a place called Boar's Alley, and it's basically a bunch of exotic shops, and mercenaries hang out here. The street outside is filled with green alchemical smoke, and the shop is a 2-story tower of conjured iron with several lead glass windows. It is brightly lit by magical candles and chandeliers. Standing behind the counter is another large male half-orc.
Whose name is also Jeffrey. Oh, sorry.
No, you don't know his name. He's not wearing a... He looks up at you. May I help you?
We're just browsing.
Looking to see if there's armor to suit my needs.
Okay, there's a lot of armor in here. Ringmail, padded, plate, half plate.
I do currently have a breastplate, which I am good
There's
with.
some made. I'm sorry. May I finish? There's
Okay.
some made of mithril
Ooh.
and some made of adamantine.
I'm guessing that adds bonuses.
I'll have to check the Dungeon Master's Guide. Actually, yeah, I think it does. All right, so the plate adamantine armor, it gives you 14 plus Dex modifier, max of 2. So,
Okay, that's the same as what I'm wearing right now.
but it does not impose disadvantage on stealth checks.
Ah, yeah, that's the catch of what I'm wearing currently.
So that's the benefit of adamantine armor.
Okay.
It's lighter than normal.
I guess that's the only improvement that I can get here.
No, actually, if you are looking at, like, they've got studded leather, and that is glamored, that gives a advantage on stealth checks.
And that's light armor, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, I
Actually,
do
medium.
medium. Yeah. Okay.
All right. There's some mithril splint mail. There's some shields. There's not a lot here. There's some padded armor of resistance that would resist thunder.
Is there anything that Arius could buy that could help in?
I don't think you can have armor currently.
No, that makes sense.
He's not proficient in it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. I was just curious.
I think
Okay.
you wanted a feat at one point that would make it where you can.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fine. Just not right now. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you
So
said there's
Go
there's
ahead.
medium armor. There was only one medium armor, or there was two?
There's Mariner's armor. It's a masterwork chainmail armor that is said to protect its wearer from the songs of sirens.
Huh. That's a bit too specific for me.
Hey, I rolled them.
I understand. Sounds like the most useful is just basically the one that's the same as what I have, except I don't have issues with like stealth checks.
Yeah.
Which
Okay, so it's adamantine armor, which is about 2,000 gold.
Alright, that can be done. Let me check my medium armor thing.
I mean, Aris at the moment is just a bank account, so.
Actually,
well,
you can find a magic shop, Arius.
Ooh.
So I'll let you look for one more thing.
Ooh, yay.
Well, I'm gonna get like a feat and 8th level that makes it to where it doesn't give me disadvantage with medium armor on stealth checks anyway, so that would be kind of a waste, actually.
Okay.
So if this armor's not better than mine, I don't really need it.
Alright, so you're leaving the armorer.
Unless anyone else feels like they need armor.
I'm good.
Because I know Varg uses armor. Medium armor, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I'm not entirely sure what would, help him out in this situation, but, if he can get a bigger quiver, that's something he would look for.
More arrows.
Alright, so do you want to go to the alchemist, the scribe, or the wandwright?
Scribe?
Let's see. Well, can I mention a few like things about vampires since I got a good roll on them? The book mentions basically their weaknesses, and one of them is they take damage from running water. Is one. So if we can find anything that involves running water, then there's a sunlight thing. There's a stake to the heart, but that only works. It says while they're incapacitated in their resting place. So I don't think a regular stake would do anything if they're just standing there fighting us. Otherwise, they can't enter a residence without invitation. And that's all the weaknesses it says here. So, like, if we could find anything that would give us advantage on any of these, that would be good.
Well, that's what's good with the crossbow that I got, because it's enchanted to be effective against the undead.
Yeah.
It'll damage them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the stake part is you should just use regular arrows, because the stake thing only works if they're in their resting place. Which would be good if we could find them there. So getting some like stakes is a good idea. Like my character could probably just like make them. Honestly, they're just a thick stick.
I'm saying everybody's got like 3 stakes each.
Okay. Otherwise, like I said, something having to do with running water. And like I know that Arius has that that building thing he can do now.
Mm-hmm.
So like if we are in a pinch, he can just pop that building open and we could run in there and they can't get inside without being invited. So.
Okay.
Yeah, like running water and sunlight. Anything we can find having to do with that.
Alrighty. So you go to the scribes areas?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there are a number of scrolls here. It's near the source, the Greyhawk Mages Guild. And the shop's like this 3-story tower of polished marble.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
And a rather stout human female is behind the counter looking at you suspiciously.
Arius bows his head, says, "Good afternoon."
Afternoon.
And Arius continues to browse. What's on offer?
All right, there's a scroll of Blight,
Mm-hmm.
Branding Smite, Conjure Elemental, Feeble Mind, Flaming Sphere, Invisibility, Mage Hand, Moonbeam, Nistel's Magic Aura, Prismatic Wall, Raise Dead, Ray of Frost, Seeming, and Time Stop.
Conjure elemental. If it's a water elemental, sounds sounds like it might be helpful.
Water elementals do not do running water damage. Only rivers do. Sorry.
Oh man, I cannot create a river. I mean, I can make a ditch in order to run water through, but unfortunately, Chad is the one with the water running skill.
Yeah.
Not me.
Sorry. Will you run through the list again, please?
Okay, no problem. Actually, I have a better idea.
Ooh.
I am going to copy
And
the list, and I'm going to paste it into, I think, Discord in the general. And these have the page references to where you can find them. One
This is up
moment,
to
I'm
Arius.
going to take a bio break while y'all are deciding. One moment.
It's fine. I'm just reading them.
I think that if your spell level is kind of low and you're casting something that's above your spell level, there is a chance it can fail.
True, but
So
I
keep
can
that in
save
mind.
it for later. Yeah, I can save it for later.
We do already have a scroll of
True.
compulsion
True.
currently. I don't exactly know what it does, but but we do have that.
Could I have a slight explanation on Nustiel's magic aura?
I have no idea. She gave us page numbers for a reason, I imagine.
True. I don't see page numbers, but I will.
They all have the 200 on them, so I imagine that's
True.
where the... No, that's damage 200.
That's
maybe.
no,
Yeah.
that's actually the DM's guide, page 200.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. Alright, sorry.
Alright, yeah. Alright. Nustiel's magic.
Now, you can't scribe most of these into your book because you don't have the right level,
Mm-hmm.
but you can cast these from your from the scroll. Does that make sense?
No, that makes complete sense. No. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, hello, T. Sorry, my cat. Ooh, no, Nustiel's magic aura seems pretty good.
Well,
I mean, I don't have enough illusion spells generally, but I think an illusion scroll would be pretty helpful.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'll buy a Nustiel's magic aura scroll.
Okay, it's uncommon, so she charges 700 gold for it.
Okay, yep, that's fine.
Do you have 700 gold, or do you want me to take it off of this?
Should be part of the standard how much gold we have in general. So.
Okay.
Let me just double check the amount of gold I have on my person. I've only got 500 gold, so yeah, take it off.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, that should be the amount.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Alright, we currently have 4,530 gold. However, I do have a diamond ring that is worth like 3,000 that I need to sell.
Okay.
And we have 110 platinum, I believe, as well as like some other smaller change.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably tally all of this up into gold at some point. Easier.
Is this from the last session I wasn't available for?
Probably, because I haven't sold the diamond ring yet.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, that's
Like,
fine.
if we were like in a town, I would have done that by now.
You can actually try. You can actually find a jeweler and sell that.
Yes, please. I would like to sell this diamond ring.
Okay. So you got everything you want from the shop.
Are you talking to me or Arius?
Arius.
Arius has got the scroll he quite found interesting. So yeah, he's finished.
Okay, so you just go to. You move along North Trim Lane, and here's another conjured stone tower. You'll notice that the Mages Guild has built a lot of the finer things here in Greyhawk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There, when you enter the tower, you see the shopkeeper is a young male elf. Is anybody wearing like a badge or a symbol that would indicate they are part of the Woodland Protectors?
I imagine.
I think I am, but let me look. Hold on.
I mean, I didn't draw the insignia onto him, but if
Right.
he was given
But-
one, he's probably wearing it.
Okay.
I do have the Order of the Righteous Lion
Oh, nice.
signet on.
Okay. Well, as you enter, the elf's eyes widen. He's like, "Oh goodness, you're in service of Her Majesty, the Queen of Selene, right?"
Yes, we are.
Oh well, heavens! Welcome to my shop. I'll be very happy to.
Would Arius have sort of an insignia or a ring?
You do have a signet
Something
ring,
to-
yeah. Have
Yes,
something to
you
do with
do.
your family.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's it, yeah. Sort of like connections, sort of thing. Yeah.
He says to you in Elvish, "My name is Menarfin, my lord. What is yours?"
Arius replies, "Well, Arius Syrian."
A pleasure to have a scion of House Syrian here. How may I be of service to you and your group?
We are looking for vampire activities within this area.
I don't have anything I don't have any way to find them, but I do have this. And he pulls out a finely crafted black iron mace.
Ooh.
The head of the mace is carved to look like a raven.
Ooh, very nice. Arius obviously translate to the other members of the group.
Shell can speak the language. Okay, so there's a mace.
It's a
he's not
mace
saying
of
that.
smiting.
Mace is smiting.
What about?
Does he explain what it does?
Does 1d6 damage, +1 to melee attack, and +1 to damage. Gotta understand, not everybody is as smart as Trell about vampires.
Obvious.
That.
What about Varg?
What about me?
I don't think that mace would help me, honestly.
Would mace help Varg?
He's pretty much all ranged.
Oh, ranged. Fair enough. That's fine.
Well, my lords, I do have. I have a folding boat. It's a boat that folds up into a small packet.
No,
You
no,
know what?
no,
That may come in handy, actually. I can see
no,
that
no,
coming in
no.
handy.
I'm laughing at the pure brilliance of it. How much is the fold-up boat? Is the flat pack IKEA boat?
Well, for my esteemed fellow countrymen, 100 gold pieces.
I think
That's easy.
What's an
I
idea?
think we're all able to put something towards it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so now everybody has a stake in a folding boat.
Everyone has a folding boat.
No, a stake in one folding boat.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first command word, okay, it's got 3 command words. It can unfold into a 10-foot long, 4-foot wide, 2-foot deep boat with 1 pair of oars, an anchor, a mast, and a sail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The second command word, this thing weighs 4 pounds when it's folded up. Second command word makes it into a 24-foot long ship with deck, rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, an anchor, and a deck cabin.
Wow. I
And a
like
mast with a
this.
square sail.
Yep.
It can hold 15 medium creatures comfortably.
Okay, I'm going to put that on my thing so I can remember it.
And the last thing, the third command word folds it back into a small box that weighs 4 pounds.
I think we've got a pretty good deal from that.
Well, you just randomly lucked out that he loves druids. I also have this potion of hill giant strength.
We have a potion of frost giant strength. Is that worse or better?
It's worse, but hey, how many are you going to turn up your nose at a free potion of giant strength?
No.
No, but we paid for the boat. Is the potion is free?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I will take
I
that
mean,
up.
No.
the only reason he made you pay for the boat is it's a wondrous item.
Ah. That's fair.
No. Never turn your nose up at something that's free. Never do that.
Hill giant strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. So there's that.
I'm sorry, my lords, I don't have anything else. Well, is any of you a wizard?
Well, of course.
All right. So he goes into a box and he's like, unfortunately, I cannot give this to you for free.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a wand of wonder.
Ooh.
I
Explain.
can give this to you for 7,000 gold.
Good
Ooh.
God.
That is most of what we have. We currently have 7,430.
I don't think Aris is going to spend
It has
that
7 shots and casts a random effect.
I don't think it's worth it.
No, I don't think it is either. I think Aris is okay in declining this.
Okay. That's fine.
I think the cost of it is just not worth it. The benefits of the cost is not worth it, I should say.
It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. The sun is setting.
Tina's laugh there said otherwise.
The sun is setting behind the buildings of Greyhawk.
Oh, that's bad.
The good people are closing the doors and windows.
And the shutters.
Yes.
Slam, slam, slam. And all that lot.
How are the vampires like even killing people since everybody is like retreating into their homes?
That would be a good question.
Maybe you
Good
should
question.
ask them when you see one.
Yeah, and if we have trouble, you can just pop a house for us, and we can just hide there till morning. Or I can pop out my tent. I'm pretty sure it counts. I mean, the point of the tent is other people can't get in if not invited anyway. So.
But neither your house nor your tent protects from the voices and charms of a vampire.
True. However, I am resistant to being charmed.
Resistant, not immune.
True. Immune to sleep, though. That's something.
Yes, that is something.
Resistance is futile.
Alrighty. So, what are we doing? Trell, what do you want to do as the sun slips into the west?
Well, the cat said that they are specifically attacking people in, like, the marketplace and one other place, right?
The marketplace and the poor quarter.
In the poor quarter. We should probably, hide around the poor quarter, basically, and just see if we can, see.
Make a stealth check.
I need to check, actually, real quick, if breastplate specifically doesn't do disadvantage on stealth checks. 1 sec. Because I remember getting it, like, for that probably specific reason.
Well, do you want everyone to do a stealth check?
Well, actually, everybody's going to declare their actions because we're not like in turns like combat right now. We're just kind of taking turns to see what your characters are doing to give you all a chance to do whatever you want.
Okay. Right.
Breastplate. Yeah, breastplate doesn't have a disadvantage on stealth, thankfully. Yeah, that was the entire reason I got it.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so, like I said, my best idea is to just lie in wait and do, and I guess stealth and wait.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, you're hiding. All right, Arius, what are you doing?
Well, with the pack of cards Arius has, he's just going to play solitaire.
In the middle of the night in the poor quarter.
Yeah, on a table. Why not?
Yeah, you're at a table outside a cafe.
Yeah, he's just gonna play solitaire.
You see furtive groups of people slipping between shadows. The sounds from taverns are going. Several ladies of the evening come to proposition you.
Of course. Arius, of course, being a honourable gentleman, declines, but pays for their advances.
Okay.
Pays for their advances?
Excellent.
You give them money because they're flirting with you?
Yeah, no, I think because they're trying to still work for a living.
How much do you give them?
Arius gives a 15 gold pieces per.
It is possible those are the vampires, I hope you know. So you're just paying vampires to try to...
Alright. I'll investigate each one.
All of the ladies are living.
Okay.
And you have just passed out.
What, from plain silly?
gold pieces.
Sorry, 70. I thought you said it just passed out. What, from plain solitaire?
Well, Well, you know, some people do. Anyway.
So
Alright,
Varg,
how
what
much
are you
gold did he
doing?
give out?
75.
Of his own money? Because I'm not near him.
From his personal stash.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 70. I've got I've got money, so that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so you're passing stuff out. Varg, what are you doing?
Varg's gonna look for like a tall enough building that might give him a vantage and see if he can't figure out a way to climb to the roof.
Right, make a dex check to climb to the roof. Or if you have climbing or acrobatics.
I am a master of parkour.
Parkour. You jump up to the top of the roof. You're up there now. You're in a perfect sniper's nest, so you have advantage on all rolls from here.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean,
All
hopefully
right.
it gives enough of a good vantage. I can see like what's going on.
It does. Kara, what are you doing?
I would like to stealthily be investigating, or I guess kind of looking around the area to see if I can determine where might be a good place for vampires to come out.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Okay, you're slipping quietly between the shadows. No one can hear you.
All right, do you want me to do a perception check?
Yes.
One thing I forgot to mention was Bryn is basically invisible and flying around, and Trell is going to turn before this anyway, since it's a ritual spell. I was going to have him turn his parrot familiar into a fruit bat, basically. It's very appropriate for this. Also, fruit bats are very much more inconspicuous than a parrot is. And also, I'm over my parrot obsession.
Okay, hang on. All right, depending on whether the vampire is a full vampire or a spawn, if you turn it into a bat, the vampire can command the bat.
Really?
Ooh.
I thought
Yes.
it's not like familiars aren't supposed to be a like an actual creature. They're basically like a fey spirit, taking the form of a creature.
But in a sense, it would make a little bit of sense, though. I mean,
I'd have to look at like the familiars and such to see.
I'm looking it up. Okay. Okay, the familiar. If the familiar is a bat, it gets a bonus to its save,
Oh,
but it can be commanded.
okay.
At least that's the ruling for the Adventurers League, folks. So I'm going to go with that.
That makes sense.
Okay.
No, that makes sense.
If it happens to be commanded for some reason, I can always if they take it to them, I can look through its eyes, so it'd be a good little spy. Or two, I can just what's the word? Dismiss it
Okay.
for the time being.
All right.
Yeah, Aris has dismissed his familiar for now.
Why not? It's an appropriate thing to be flying around at night.
That's true. I mean, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Aris's owl is flying around right now.
Okay. All right. So.
Well, Aris is playing solitaire.
I guess
Arius is playing solitaire.
Mhm.
When out of the darkness comes a. Good God. Okay.
Did Kara
Arius.
find anything before we move on? Did she find Any
No, you
decent
did not.
locations?
You found
Okay.
decent locations, and you're watching them.
Okay.
All right, Arius. What's your
Mhm.
armor class? Actually,
Oh.
it got a 26 and a crit.
Oh,
So,
good God. It's a 13. Hang on. I didn't have. Oh no, I didn't have time to equip mage armor, so it's 13.
2d4.
And
All right.
my current hit points are 7, so that's so 13 plus 7.
You take 8. You take 8 points of damage
Oh,
as the vampire claws you.
Can't I defend?
Well, it is now Trell's turn.
That depends on where he is if he sees this.
I'm gonna say you were probably watching Arius's back.
Okay.
So yeah, of course you're gonna help him.
Alright, so let's see. So he is unseen currently.
Yes.
Let's see, what do I have that could probably harm or at least deter this vampire from immediately attacking my friend? I know Ice Knife wouldn't be good because that would hit you too.
Yeah. It would.
I can cast Moonbeam on him. I mean, it is Holy Fire, which would hopefully help with it being undead vampire. I mean, this does not say that Holy Fire is helpful, but...
It shouldn't harm me because I'm not undead.
Well, I mean, Moonbeam only hits one specific person.
Mm-hmm. So,
Also, Holy Fire hurts everybody.
Oh, god damn it. Right.
Just certain things more than others. Yeah, that's the best I've got that he could cast without being noticed.
Sorry.
Alright, yeah, so just gonna... just gonna cast Moonbeam.
okay. All right, you hit the vampire. The vampire hisses in rage. Arius,
Mm-hmm.
it's your go.
Can I all right, what's the current health of the vampire?
The vampire's current health is now down to 70 hit points.
Because it's close range. I'm tempted to just stab it with my rapier
You
or
can
the
do
dagger.
so.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab it. Use my rapier. In all honesty, so I'm just gonna use my rapier.
Okay, do you hit it? Yes, you do. Roll your damage. Okay, very good. All right, Varg.
He is going to obviously notice what's going on and attempt to take a shot at the vampire.
Oh, nice.
Very good. All right, roll your damage, please.
Ooh, very nice.
Okay. Now it is our dear Kara's turn.
I'm gonna shoot it with the Dwarven Crossbow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You miss.
Yep.
Aww. So much potential.
All right. It is the creature's turn, and raged as it is, it swipes again at you, Arius, trying to just remove your throat. Yes?
I get 2 attacks.
Yes. Yes. You can you
Yeah, with
attack
my
twice with a
expert,
crossbow? Okay.
right? It just says beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I've got to check something.
If not, that's fine. Or would it take too long to reload the crossbow?
That's what I'm looking up.
Okay.
Is Aris's
Okay. In order to be able to do 2 attacks, you would have to have. There is something called the crossbow expert feat.
Okay. That's fine then.
Okay. You can always run up and kick the crap out of it if you want.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is so for the other action, then then
All right.
I'll
Roll to hit.
get. Yep. Oh God, really? Seriously.
Your quarterstaff strikes the thing, but it's almost like you're hitting a mountain boulder. All right. Well, that makes things easier. Okay. Arius,
Uh-oh.
it swings at you. It hits.
Okay.
You take 4 points of damage, or actually 7 points of damage,
What?
because it gets
Okay.
+3.
Alright, so...
Kara,
Oh, good
the creature
God.
turns,
Alright,
attempting to seize you with its mouth. It's got 2 attacks.
Sorry, quick
17
quick
is my armor
point.
class.
So my armor class is completely gone, and
Your
it's
hit
taken.
points.
Yeah, my armor class is completely gone. Yeah. And it's taken 2 points of health right now. So.
Armor class does not work that way.
Oh, doesn't it? Oh, okay.
Armor class is just how hard you are to hit.
Right. Okay.
All right. So put your armor class back up and subtract what was taken off before from your hit points.
Oh, good God. What was it? It was 8 before, I think.
Mm-hmm. And 7 now.
Yep. 8.
What are you at?
So well, again, my nothing.
Okay, you are down to 0. Arius is down. Make a death save, Arius.
Alright. Which one's death save roll again?
I believe you can just click death save.
Okay. Temporary hit points. It does death save.
All right. You make your death save. You are just unconscious.
Oh, that's fine. That's perfect. Where's my servant?
Gromek will be coming out momentarily.
All right, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Actually,
sorry.
Kara, it did hit you because it gets a +6 to hit.
Damn.
All right, and
Sorry. Through this, you just reminded me to take my antidepressants. So.
Oh, please do. Please do. All right. Here comes the pain. All right, so 1d6 plus 3. You take 6 plus another. So it's basically 2d6 or 3d6 plus 3. I'll do that. All right, so you take 11 points of damage, or 14 points of damage, Kara, as it bites your neck.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Trell, your friends are being attacked. Oh, and the vampire has healed 10 hit points.
Yep, they heal each round. Okay, so there is how many vampires are there at this point?
Just the one.
Just one. Okay.
Just the one vampire. Give it me.
Alright, so how badly hurt is everyone currently?
Arius is down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's down.
Yep.
Yes.
Unconscious.
Okay, so, the best thing I can possibly do, which would take away, like for my extra attack thing, I need to attack first, I think, in order for it to work. Make some sort of attack roll, so I can just do like an action and a bonus action if I cast a healing.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure anyway. I'm not entirely certain of that.
We're gonna say that.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable to me.
Another thing I can cast without them seeing me would be Healing Spirit, which it stays around for a bit, and basically those in its aura get healed.
Okay.
Let me cast it real quick and see how much the aura is. Let's see. Okay, so the let's see, I can cast it into 5 cube. Alright, so I have to cast it basically right on top of someone, actually. It's not an aura.
Which will break your stealth.
I will on it. Well, I'm guessing my spirit bond thing will also break my stealth.
Yes.
In all honesty, keep your stealth advantage.
I mean, I can't really attack if I'm trying to keep stealth. I think
that's true. You could moonbeam it again.
The moonbeam is just there; it stays there. So, like every turn that it's under moonbeam, it will be hit by it.
Well, you need to roll its damage this turn.
Okay, all right. Let me.
That's what I mean.
Okay, sorry. Damage. That was what I did before. I think I'm going to do the spirit bond so that everybody in the aura can be healed, and the aura is about 30 feet, so I'm hoping that would be.
I'm gonna say yes. You're near.
Okay, so both Kara and Arius should be able to be healed, and well, given temporary hit points, which would count as healing.
Yeah.
So 5 plus my current level, so 10.
Okay, everybody gets 10 temporary hit points, except Varg, because Varg is way up in the tower.
So Arius should be up.
And we just apparently fell through a potato crisp bag. That's okay.
So that Spirit Bond is a bonus action. So since I'm already able to be seen, I might as well come out and hit the thing with all of the attacks I have.
You got 2, right?
I have 3 technically. I have my regular one. Okay, I have my regular attack, and then I have the 2-weapon fighting that gives me a second attack, and now I have extra attack.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So I'm pretty sure I attack 3 times, not 4 times.
I'm gonna say you do. I think it's awesome. Let's do that.
Yes. So that probably didn't hit.
No, your blade just bounces off the creature.
Okay.
So again.
Second one. Wow. Okay. Amazing new abilities. Okay, that one hit with interest.
Yeah. So roll. All right, you inflict 13 points of damage. Okay. Arius, you're prone. You're on the ground. You've just returned to consciousness with 10 hit points.
Right, okay. I think it would be wise to equip mage armor first.
So you cast mage armor.
Yes, I do.
All right.
I'll just put that there to remind. Yep, that's fine. And can I point blank the vampire with a crossbow bolt?
You may try.
I'm gonna point blank with a
It's
crossbow bolt.
disadvantaged because it's in melee range. The crossbow bolt bounces off of the creature.
For shame.
Varg, you have advantage on your attack rolls. You can support your friends. You should probably do something. Things aren't going well.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop him again with an arrow.
I love the spirit auras that I have. They have saved us several times.
They really have. Jesus, Varg's like, boom. All right, roll your damage, please. Okay.
Nice, yeah.
Okay, the creature is he is quite angry. Kara, go for it.
I'm gonna whack him with my stick.
Go stick whacking.
Not tonight.
He's so quick, he just dodges out of the way of your first attack. This time, though, he's not fast enough. You hit him, roll your damage. Okay, the thing has you've heard it. It is sneering at you now. It is now the vampire's attack. Kara, it hits you. It hits you very, very hard for 20. It's got a 26, and now it rolls 2d4 and plus 3, so 9 points of damage. You take 18 points of damage.
Ooh. Ooh.
It looks at you, Trell. Menacingly. It's going to attempt to bite you.
Of course it is.
What's your armor class, Trell?
I got my swords out, so it's 17 currently.
It hits.
Oh, of course it does.
You take 11 points of damage as it bites you. That's necrotic damage as well, so the bite burns.
Oh, God.
At this moment, Gromek comes running out of the darkness and swings and hits the thing in the head with his axe. Inflicting 8 points of damage on it. Then, okay, the first one that Daria does, she's really swinging hard. She hits, and she inflicts 3 more points of damage.
Yay.
What's the vampire's health currently then?
Right now, as the turn moves about, it is at 43 again.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Trell, you obviously
Moonbeam.
want vengeance for what this bastard did.
Yes. First moonbeam.
So roll the moonbeam first. All right.
Okay. Now definitely just sorting it as it
Just
bites.
sorting it to death.
Am I in range of this, or
You are.
am I okay? Oh, God.
Does 17 hit?
17 definitely hits, yes.
Okay, good. Second attack hits. And then if he's not down, the third attack. That probably hits if 17 hits. I'm capable of doing a lot of damage if I actually hit.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I'm using. By the way, I am now using a calculator to calculate hit points. He is down to 14,
Yes.
but he heals
Alright.
every turn, right?
Yeah, he was like, I think
Yep.
10 or 20 every turn.
10 every turn.
Okay.
Arius.
Oh man, we have to do a lot of damage to him every turn.
Right, spells. Let's have a look. I am going to. Can I use Burning Hands?
Yes, but you're probably going to hit people in front of you.
I don't think there's anyone by me in order for me to.
Wait, doesn't Burning
Well,
Hands affect one person?
Trell is standing there. Say again, Skylar?
What does Burning Hands do? Does it like shoot fire or does it affect one person?
It's an AoE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kara
double
definitely is in range for that.
I'm probably definitely in range for that.
Yeah.
Basically, anybody in melee range of the sucker it's a 15-foot cone.
Maybe I want to question it and say, why are you doing this? Why?
It is a vampire. I imagine it's doing it for vampire reasons.
Perhaps I want to question it. It's like, but if I want to stab it with myself, like, why are you doing this?
Make a charisma check.
Oh, okay.
In lieu of your action, you can attempt to reason with the monster.
All right, charisma. All right.
The creature doesn't stop attacking, but it does tell you. It says, "We will rule this city."
Okay, information necessary. Yeah, okay. From that, can I just stab it with my dagger now?
You can definitely stab it with your dagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab it with my dagger. Yeah. Fuck you, vampire. Yeah, there you go, vampire.
Jesus!
Good lord!
roll your damage on your dagger, Eric. Okay.
Oh, it's down to 4 health points if
It is definitely down to 4 health
Is
points.
that correct? Yeah.
Yep.
Bard, you have advantage. Roll to strike. You hit? Because you're a freaking beast with a bow.
And as he of course he's going to do a cliche moment, and he's going to like look over at it and say, eat this, you blood-sucking fuck.
Nice. All right, the creature turns to mist and and basically just fades away into the streets.
I just want to go off and say that Vard aimed for his mouth, so it like went straight through his mouth.
Sure, it went straight through his mouth, and now it has gone down into a storm drain.
Is there any?
Oh, it's probably not dead.
We didn't use.
Is there any residue around the storm drain?
By the way, would Trill know exactly how to kill them, for good? Because that does not seem like it's dead.
No, you have to find its... The only way to kill it for good is to find its resting place. Put a stake through its heart.
Okay. I'm gonna guess it's in the sewers.
Yep. You would guess correctly.
Alright, we need to wait till daylight and then travel into the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably asleep.
Yeah, I was asking if there was any residue.
No, there isn't.
Right, it's fine.
And I guess Varg's gonna climb down and come collect his arrows that must have fallen out of it when it turned to mist.
And if they're broken, I'll use mending on them.
So from the phrase we will rule this city, is there any leads Arius can take from that?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
I would have imagined because it's evil and wants to take over the city.
Oh, damn it.
I think they want to rule the city.
I was going to say investigation.
Oh, roll investigation. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. The next morning, I'm assuming everybody takes a long rest and
Yes.
heals up back at the base.
Heals
So
my
that means we
one hit
take-
point.
Yes.
We take away the 10 temporary hit points
Yes.
from... Yeah.
The 10 temporary hit points go away. You
Oh.
collapse in your bed and sleep for days.
Oh. Oh.
God, is that what my spleen looks like, is what you're saying. Okay, after having healed up from the nasty attack from the single vampire, back at the Red Pine Tavern, you begin doing some research and you ask Torgo to head and get you some records. And you begin to find out that there is basically most of the vampire attacks that have been reported are in a series of tenements in the poor quarter. The attacks that happened in the merchant quarter all happened in public spaces, like you were in. However, in the poor quarter, the tenements have been bought up by the Blue Heron Merchant Company.
I think it's... I mean, Arius mentions this to the group, but he thinks it's probably wise to go and visit this company.
We'll let you do the talking.
Okay, yeah.
You're good with
If
businesses and such.
if the other two agree as well.
Marganota's just sitting there just like, well, if I were to do the talking, I'd barge into the place saying, hello, we're here to talk to people in charge, so quite frankly, you should do the talking because you're the more proper tea-sipping type.
Okay, yep. Arius goes in and he becomes and is the tea sipping type of conversationalist.
All right. You go inside, and a well-dressed fellow is sitting in the parlor. Several guards allow you in. He's like, "Oh, good day, sir. How can I help you?"
Can I roll my charisma?
Yes.
Right. Oh, damn it. Never mind.
I think you'd be better with charisma, honestly.
I would like to give a motivational speech to Arius to give him support.
The fellow he's sitting there looking at you, and he's like, "I was told that elves were a bit more silver-tongued than you seem to be, my friend. Please sit."
We carry more gold in our purses than silver in our tongues.
Very good, then. You're a man of business. How may I help you?
I'm looking for information.
That's a
And I
broad
think-
category, my friend.
And indeed it is. And I think information is far more valuable than any gold pieces that can be set on the table.
What information do you have?
Information that regards vampires.
Oh, heavens. Perhaps you should consult the town guard about such things.
I think the town guard would not be helpful in this aspect, especially with attacks in the poorer quarters of the city.
Yes, I can see that. And so what makes you think I might have information about these hypothetical vampires?
Well, you seem to be a gentleman of class. You have guards around you. And you seem to be, shall we say, dining on the eloquent food of the establishment, I think it's safe to say that you are in tune with these sort of things, good sir.
Yes, I believe I might be able to tell you what you want to know. There have been some rather odd doings in the poor quarter these days, but there is a certain merchant company that we've been contracting with.
Mm-hmm.
I need to step away for just a few, okay?
No problem.
Yep.
All right, I'll be back.
And what merchant company may that be?
The
if I
Blue
may?
Heron Company. They've been working through us. I am simply their representative.
Okay.
And they are a group out of the city of Divers.
I want to insight this bitch.
You what?
Jory wants to insight him.
One of your best tricks ever.
You can roll an insight check.
Probably won't even work, but you know.
You might as well try. Ooh, nice.
This man knows more than he's letting on.
Oh, I need to say something to Arius.
Just say it. I don't think Arius would mind. Just say it.
Well, I don't like I don't want him to catch on or something. Well, wonder if could I use the cantrip message and just say it to Arius because no one else can hear it if I say it.
Yeah, message
Sure.
should work.
So he uses that.
Okay.
And just tells Arius this guy knows a lot more.
Sorry.
Alrighty. So, Arius, you have this piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
Trell, what are you doing during all the talks? Are you just kind of there looking menacing?
Not menacing. Friendly would be better.
And what is Rin doing?
Where are we exactly?
You're inside the Blue Heron Merchants Guild, Merchants Society building.
Okay. Merchants.
You mentioned Rin can be invisible.
He can indeed be invisible, and even if he's not invisible, he has a ridiculous amount of stealth.
Do you want him to be searching for something? Looking for evidence?
I was thinking about that, yes.
Alright.
And if he gets caught, he
Make
can
a
honestly protect him.
stealth check with advantage.
Okay, let me
Because
find
obviously
his...
Arius is distracting both guards and...
Alright, let me just roll it with his ridiculous stealth bonus.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he has plus 12 stealth. Fairy dragons are very, very good at stealth.
Well, that's how they stay alive. Alrighty.
I mean, do I even need to roll another one for the advantage? Because that's
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're just fine. Okay, so basically, at the end of this scene, Rin will come back to you with a piece of evidence.
Ooh. Neat. It is useful to have an incredibly stealthy small dragon that can turn invisible.
Yes.
Indeed it is.
Alright, so... Is Kara back yet? Nope, gonna say no.
Yep.
Alright, so our merchant...
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. Kara, what do you want to do on your turn? You're still here, they're talking. Varg has realized that this guy knows more than he's letting on.
What
People.
what I actually was wanting to do was before we left the tavern was Mr. Fluffykins still there?
No, he was not.
Okay.
He's in his
Is
very
it-
fine estate on the south end of the city.
Okay, because I would like to go talk with him.
So you're going to
Um,
talk to Mr. Fluffykins.
Yes. About
Okay.
what was it, the Blue Herring? What was the name of the company?
Blue Heron Merchant Company.
Merchant Company, yeah.
All right, so you are in Mr. Fluffykins' parlor. You have been served a sumptuous breakfast as Mr. Fluffykins is enjoying his. Good day, my dear.
Oh, hello.
It's an absolute pleasure to see you again.
Oh, yes, absolutely, Mr. Flubbikins. Thanks for seeing me on short notice.
Kara, isn't it?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I have some news, and wanted to give it to you, and wanted to see where else it may lead us.
I'm all ears.
So we did encounter one of the vampires last night,
Yes.
and after doing some digging and research this morning, we have found out that in the poor quarter that where the attacks have happened at, and these poor people have been killed,
Yes.
that the Blue Herring Merchant Company has been buying up all of those buildings from the deceased tenants.
Interesting.
And since you are a creature of business, I thought, A, that you should know, and was just curious if they were a competitor of yours.
I'm not familiar with the Blue Heron Company, but I promise you, by this evening, I will know all I can about them.
Okay. Wonderful. Would you be able to meet us back at the Red Pine Tavern this evening for dinner?
I will arrange for a coach to bring you here.
Oh, wonderful.
Marva,
That's
produce a mimosa for our young friend. And a mimosa is brought to you as we go back to what Mr. Straker of the Blue Heron Company is saying to Arius. He's like, would you like to invest in our enterprise, Lord Syrian?
Perhaps I will invest. If you could give me a bit more information, could I use persuasion at this point?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
You have persuaded me.
Oh.
Any information I possess is yours.
I do not trust that.
Is Trell saying that out?
No, he's not saying
to...
it out loud. I do not trust that roll, and him saying it has been persuaded.
Well, but,
On your turn, Jory, you can insight check the piss out of this.
well, I was gonna say, couldn't I give Arius wouldn't me never mind. I lost the ability to can, and therefore the ability to word.
It's okay. You're doing it.
As
I
the
think his
saying
insight
Yorkshire,
might be actually higher than mine.
as the saying Yorkshire, put your teeth back in your mouth.
Nice.
I mean, really, all Trell can do right now is insight check.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Rin's getting the goods. So just... So what would you like to know, Lord Syrian?
I'm wondering if... Alright, Arius's persuasion check didn't work, but I'm wondering if...
I never said it didn't. He said he was persuaded.
I'm sure he's persuaded, but I wonder if Arius's performance in speech could deliver a certain aspect of information.
Are you going to roll a performance check to try to elicit information from him?
Yes.
Roll for it. Remember, I assume your characters probably have better social skills than I do or you do. So, oh, holy crap. Okay, so you have managed to lie to him quite soundly and weave a wonderful tale. He's like, for a small buy-in of a mere 1,000 gold, Lord Syrian, you, sir, could be part of the Blue Heron Merchant Company, and we will absolutely rule all the trade that comes in and out of the free city of Greyhawk. The old Merchants Guild has been needlessly limiting.
Could I, at this point, use investigation?
Say again?
Could I, at this point, use investigation to see what the Blue Heron Company exactly delves into, and I'll
I don't
find.
know if that's
That's not an investigation thing. I mean, you've gotten this bit of information.
All right, that's I've gotten this bit. Fair enough.
He's basically making a proposition now.
Yes. Basically, we intend to buy all of the poor quarter, push down all those silly old tenements, and replace them with far more expensive housing.
Yes, and how much of that is due to the vampire escapades, shall we say?
If there are vampires in the poor quarter, we will hunt them down and destroy them.
But why should... And Aris at the moment is twiddling a gold coin between his fingers at this point. Should the rich individuals such as yourself put the poor out of suitable housing?
Because, my friend, you must understand, we don't intend to put them out of suitable housing. We intend to employ them and use their ability to produce money to our benefit.
Use their ability.
Yes.
That all depends on the age and personal aspects of each individual of the poor quarter, does it not?
Well, but you see, we are going to start workhouses and poor farms.
And that will benefit the people living here?
I believe so. I mean, what would you have us do? Remain with the old model of the temples providing charity for these leeches upon society?
I feel like that hit a personal chord with it.
Oof, nerd! Found that nerd!
Right, I'm just working past that.
I mean, surely a long-lived elf like yourself can realize that in 3 to 4 human generations we can bring great progress to the free city. We can make it a power for trade, the likes of which the world has never seen, and surely you would like your elven kingdom of Selene to benefit from this beneficent new order.
No, I certainly would love nothing more than the benefits and the jingles that I currently hear of the Silesian kingdom to prosper. You see that sound? That's progress right there.
That jingling sound you're
Yes.
nodding to?
Exactly that jingling sound you hear. It's progress.
Indeed.
But
What is that?
Oh, you're hearing it here?
Mm-hmm.
It is likely my roommate playing her game.
Oh, okay.
It's the sound of progress, my dear.
The sound of progress. Do you hear the coins falling into our coffers now? We can cut the cost of bread we sell to the poor by adding plaster of Paris to it. We can substitute alum. We can use boric acid from the gnomes to make milk that is spoiled last longer and sell it.
I think all of this sounds delightful, and the sounds that magically appear.
Actually, sure. I'm going to say there's like money changers in the other part of this build-up. You're just hearing the clink, the coins moving. Do you hear that sound?
There's a hidden casino back there.
Yes. Why not? Yeah, he's got a casino. This guy is super sleazy, lawful evil, in case you can't tell.
Yes, there is much to gain from these aspects, but at the same time, we must not forget that certain people in society cannot, shall we say, benefit from these aspects simply because they may not have the talent that you are proposing to be.
Well, and
adherent.
that is why the temples exist. The temples can take care of them.
Perhaps.
Can I insight check him on that?
Sure.
What kind of take care he means? I failed. Never mind, I know nothing.
He thinks he's telling the truth. You think he's telling the truth? He's really thought this through.
Perhaps we can make an ultimatum. I am more than willing to.
Alright, Varg. Hello?
Yes.
This son of a bitch would sell his own grandma if he thought it would make him a profit.
It's gonna message Aurelius that.
Alright, Arius. Finish your soliloquy, sir.
Alright. I am more than willing to take on any individual you find unproductive and find their talents within an apprenticeship style upon my own endeavours.
Of course, my lord Syrian. And as a charter member, as a member coming on board at this early stage, you have that right and that ability. We will even grant you funding to help you. We will send these poor lost souls to you, my lord Syrian.
Because I personally believe you wish to renovate the poor quarter to help benefit your business. I believe that education is the key to improve people's lives. And I think these two concepts benefit each other in every single way.
You are correct, sir. Now, if you will pardon me, I must be about the rest of my day. It has been lovely chatting. Anyway, have some of your people bring me your 1,000 gold piece investment.
Arius signals to Gormek to do so.
Yes, my lord.
Because I think Arius understands the concept, but the way he's going about it, this guy's going about it, is not the best way, but there are good aspects about it in a sleazy sort of way.
I feel like he is, like, lying through his teeth, honestly.
Well, Arius does feel that way, but he's not going to say no, because if he can invest in something which can promote an inside job, then there's access to the information.
I mean, yes, that's true. I mean, what I've gleaned from this so far is he probably, like, controls the vampires, or the vampires, or he works for them, or vice versa. and they're just killing people in the poor quarter and such, so that he can buy up the place, basically.
True, but with Arius being able to take in anyone that doesn't have the skills, and also to look over the poor quarter, I think that gives everyone here an investigation role to look into every aspect of it very
All right,
easily.
so are we going to regroup at the Red Pine and discuss what everyone's found out?
Yes, that's where the contact is, right?
Yes, that's where you got. That's where Amaria. She's your host. She's making sure everything stays safe there. All right, so you guys go to the Red Pine, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rin has like a map of the city with some strange. It was rolled up, and it's got some strange markings on it. Arius, you recognize these as the markings that several merchants' guilds use, and you suddenly realize this place doesn't. They don't. Okay. So we're going to actually start with Trell. Trell, you realize something that the vampires wouldn't have to ask permission to go into the tenements if they owned the tenements.
Oh, that makes sense.
And there are plans to buy every home in the city out from under everyone else.
Oh, and they mention basically taking control of the city. So if that place owns everything, then the vampires would just have free reign on who they eat.
Yes.
So they definitely have to be working together.
So in a sense, they're using the vampires to lower the property value, so...
Or the vampires are using them. Or they have, like, a partnership. My money's on probably partnership.
Well, like, considering that this guy is a complete... The guy we just talked to is a complete and total sleaze bag. Sleaze bagging twat. It is, honestly... out of character for me. It sounds like what they want to do is they're partnering up with the vampires. They are trying to keep themselves rich. Ergo, using the vampires to commit the murders and everything lowers property value. So when they go to buy the land, it's not going to be as expensive as it would be now. So it's no skin from their teeth to use to pay for it.
The thing is, I thought they already owned those places, and the vampires are just going in killing people. The places they already own, because if they don't own them, the vampires can't get in.
Right, because they can't go in unless they're invited in. But that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm.
They can't. So they have already owned them is the thing, and then the vampires come in.
Sorry, just a quick point. Which city is this in on the map?
Greyhawk.
Yeah, of course it's great. Why Greyhawk? Anyway,
it's the largest. It's the largest hub.
Yeah.
In the entire continent.
Is this close to the Elven Kingdom?
You see over there is Hamlet, Verbabonk, and Celine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Varg's like walking with Arius, and is just simply like thinking, I don't know much about this realm's politics, but I really did not like that guy.
Because I'm guessing Greyhawk's part of the Duchy of Ernst.
No, actually, Greyhawk is an independent state. It's neutral.
So it has an elected magistrate sort of.
Yes, and the Lord Mayor is here, and the whole world comes to trade in Greyhawk.
Is there a way in which Arius can speak to the Lord Mayor, get an appointment to the Lord Mayor in some way?
Okay, that will be next time.
Or the local council, depending what the political aspect is.
Yes, I will definitely refresh myself on all the ins and outs of the city of Greyhawk. All right. Did everybody have fun?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Lots of intrigue
Excellent.
going on.
Mhm.
Well, I figured it would be, since we did a dungeon bash for like the first few things, this would be kind of a cool sort of introduction to the wider world as you all get bigger and more powerful.
Mhm.
So, yay! Alrighty, and you got some cool magic items.
Some of us got cool magic items.
Well,
The only
sorry.
reason I thought Greyhawk was within the Duchy of Ernst is because there's no border between the Duchy of Ernst and Greyhawk.
No, the Cairn Hills are about it. But yeah,
Okay.
Greyhawk
Never mind.
itself is Divers is its own kingdom. Hamlet, of course.
So I'm guessing it has a very small port because of the borders between that and the divers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, alrighty. Well, that was tons of fun. Next time we will. I think next time you'll achieve a goal to level up. So awesome.
Ooh.
I have missed doing this. Thank you all so much for playing tonight.
Thank you so much for running it.
I'm
I'm just
glad
grateful nobody's head's exploding.
I'm glad you're feeling a lot better to run something, Tina.
Well, it was mostly I have a colleague and a friend who
Mm-hmm.
he had some sort of seizure on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and it's been like 11 days now, and we're still like they don't know what's wrong with him, and so that's probably pointing toward he's got dementia of some sort,
Yeah.
and that's irritating in the extreme. So I've been teaching all of his classes as well as my own. Um, so, but yes, I slept for 20 hours this weekend, and it was really nice. Alrighty, well, I will see you all later.
Mm-hmm.
I will see
Have
you
an
later.
excellent time.
I will
Take
probably
care,
continue
everyone.
annoying you with messages about
Oh,
Harry
please
Potter.
please do, because I'm kind of looking at either GURPS or Fudge magic systems, because they both have word-based magic systems that would do just absolute justice to Harry Potter.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
As you go, I would love to know
Yeah.
about all the mechanics, because there were certain mechanics that I thought worked well in the one I gave you. Not many, but
The problem was it didn't scale well with with character advancement.
okay.
That was the problem, and so I'm actually gonna kind of discuss with you how I'm gonna try to set things up and everything, because basically I'm gonna start like if it was GURPS, everyone would start as like a beginning student with 25 points, and by the time they graduate, you've got 100 character points.
Ooh.
Because I was speaking to Skylar about this, and both and I sort of agreed that it would be pre-Potter.
I'm not really concerned at this stage about the timeline.
All right.
What I'm kind of looking at is basically the timeline doesn't matter as long as I can build a believable world that has consistent rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only
I think that's the
concern-
most important bit.
The only concern
'Cause
we
if
have
it-
about the timeline is just we don't want Dumbledore and Snape dead, basically.
So
Okay.
it has to be pre 1998.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, I'm not. The timeline isn't the important bit. I can have Dumbledore and Snape and whatever else you want in there. That doesn't matter. What I'm talking about is, and this is the thing is like, that's the problem that's happened with all the fan stuff. Is everyone is such a fan of the series, they're so caught up in the minutiae of how the stories fit together. The mechanics suffer.
Yeah.
And if you have a strong mechanical base, then you can tell whatever story you want. And I think that's...
See, everyone over here is thinking about Dumbledore and Snape, and I'm over here thinking Professor Flitwick because it's Warwick Davis.
Yes, of course. Yeah, and characters like that, generally, if it was... if I was using like the GURPS point system, they would be like 500-point characters.
Mm.
You know, they're archmages and shit. they're like yeah, we do weird stuff. So, and shockingly, the interesting thing about Harry Potter is it's a fairly low magic world.
Really?
Mm.
Well, I mean, comparatively, compared to D&D, the wizards aren't like whipping out that much shit, you know?
In actual fact, yeah, I mean, despite what you see in films, the actual, if you look at the actual lore in the books and whatnot, you have about, students at Hogwarts, you have a total of nearly 200, which
Mhm.
is throughout all years.
Yeah.
200 in
means-
which class? Those, like,
What?
in the Great Hall, there's a lot of students.
There's a lot of students in the Great Hall, but that's roughly about 200, and if you break it, because 5 years in all grades in the American aspect of Hogwarts, really you're breaking it down to about less than 20 students per class, and that's usually about 3 classes per year, which is
I mean,
standard.
honestly,
UK
kind of looking at it from what Josh is saying, in the entire world in Harry Potter, you probably only have 250,000 wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not a lot, which means it is a fairly low magic kind of world.
Yes.
It just feels
Which is
high
kinda
magic
neat.
because of the way
Say
things
again?
work. It only feels high magic to me because of just the way things work and how they don't know a lot of like Muggle things. Like they don't
Yeah.
know what a toaster is, for example.
That's why one of my favourite sort of fan fiction write-ups is a Ravenclaw that is really, really good with developing computers, but is also very, very good at magic.
Mine
I'm
would just be
thinking-
a straight up Muggle-born who has no clue what's going on.
Because if you think about it, the more Wizarding World developed, they have like wireless radios right now. How long before they have wireless TVs, wireless computers, etc., etc.?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, you guys.
Alrighty,
I had
we'll
a
see you
blast.
later,
Mhm.
Freya.
All right, y'all take care.
You too.
You too. But that's more of a wider aspect of it. It's like, how far will it become to?
Well, see, and once again, that goes further into flavor text, and basically it because the flavor text at this stage, basically when I try to design something around a film property or a book or something like that, what I have to do is I have to look at how can I translate the feeling of this world into role-playing game mechanics.
Mm.
Because D&D would suck for this.
It would really.
You know, I mean, D&D has like, and this is where you get into something that's kind of cool. You get into magic systems, like Harry Potter is a hard magic system. There are certain things that do certain stuff, and you cannot change the way magic works.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you can
D&D
make
is
new
what's called
spells.
a Vancian magic system, where you fire a spell and you forget that spell.
Yeah, this one you have to remember all of your spells.
Yeah. So what happens is basically I would simulate that like using GURPS, with each spell is a mental, very hard skill.
Mm-hmm.
And so that costs a certain number of points. And you can be really bad at a spell, you know, like Ron with the Leviosa bit.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yes. Anyway, but so anyway, but what happens is as I start looking at it, you know, you have to realize that I have to limit how characters can develop so you don't suddenly outstrip like the demigods of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Snape, Dumbledore, McGonagall
yes.
being the main. Oh, Flitwick as well, of course.
Yes. So anyway, so that's kind of the thing. We're in the conceptual stages of, okay, we've got this cool idea. J.K. Rowling fleshed out all the fluff. I don't need to work on that. What I have to work on is, how do I make this work, especially for my favorite little cadre of pansexual disaster maniacs. To like, how do I help this actually develop and advance in a way that makes flippin' sense?
So I can imagine a sort of like if there was like a magical internet in Harry Potter, there would be like a quote unquote Reddit page of house elf love and whatnot.
House elf love.
Yes.
Actually, there's a Reddit of that.
One thing I will say, you probably know this by now, at least in this sense, the mechanics and even just the magic, like casting the magic myself and everything, those things are like kind of background things for me. The biggest thing that I'm wanting to get out of it, and that I'm most excited and euphoric about, is just like the wonder and the feeling and the personalization that comes with it, like especially the very beginning. Like the whole beginning with running around and getting school supplies and wands and pets and all these, and like sorting it into the houses, all of that will be my favorite part.
There's a system that I might think of using called the drama system, which actually has a lot more oh wow, I'm sorry, I just looked up house elf love.
Oh God!
Holy Jesus!
Let's spew.
Let the tornado begin. But anyway, so okay, back to what I was saying. Anyway, the drama system focuses more on character interrelationships than it does like, okay, these are the minutiae of all this, and how, getting the stuff and all that. So that allows for a sense of wonder, I think, to exist. So what we'll do, if everyone will be nice and patient with me, is I'm going to try to come up with 3 or 4 different. We're going to try out 3 or 4 different one-shot systems, just to kind of see if we can, which one you all like best. And then whichever one we choose, because if I'm doing something new like this, I need to play test.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense.
That's fair.
And it's like, gosh, so one of the worst things in the world is to try to go in and just create a whole campaign with something you've never tested before, and it's like, so wait a minute, if I have this ring on, I can cast everything forever. And it's how 3rd edition D&D ended up with, and I love this, Pun the Kobold Sorcerer. If you make Pun the Kobold Sorcerer in 3rd edition D&D, then Pun cannot be killed by anything. Pun will never run out of spells. Pun at 3rd level is the most powerful being in the multiverse.
What if you use puns on Pun?
It doesn't do anything. Hang on. Let me find the example, because the math in this was stupid. But Pun the Kobold. Here we are. Yeah, and actually, what happened was it was 3.5. And I think the poor GM did not intend for this to happen, but he kept having total party kills from Pun.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Divine Minion, Wizard, Master of Many Forms. Those were like the levels you took, and like at that point, it's just like, Jesus Christ, nothing can stop this monster. So it was just like, well, all right. That happened. So, yes. And finally, somebody summons Pazuzu, and and it says "fuck you, I'm Pazuzu," and kills Pun Pun and goes on a rampage.
So when you say Pazuzu, I just think of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Zuzu, with P at the beginning.
Hang on, Pazuzu. Here we go. Demon of the Southwest Wind. I'm sending you a picture.
Oh dear God! Right.
He's Babylonian.
Oh, yeah. That's perked my interest.
There's Pazuzu. He's even
Oh.
waving at you.
Oh.
Oh.
God of Plagues and Locusts.
Oh, it's like, hi, I'm just coming in to fly in and drop these plagues off. I hope you don't mind.
Goodness. You know, that Bible says it was biblical plagues, but I think I popped those things out well before your Bible.
Pazuzu, like, so polite. It's like, sorry, I'm just dropping these locusts here. I don't know what but hey, it says that I need to deliver today.
Actually, suddenly I picture him as like a guy from Brooklyn. Hey, I got 200 pounds of locusts here. My wife Lamashtu is gonna fucking kill me if I don't get these locusts.
Yeah, that's Pazuzu. Could there be a courier service called Pazuzu? That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. And actually, you know what's really funny, and because I'm a terrible person, I always want to picture like American Wizard School being just like this shit place. It's like all the American kids are like trying to get a fucking scholarship to Hogwarts because like, please don't make us stay here.
There is one actually. I found out about that. I think on Pottermore. I believe there's an American one. I forget what it's called, and it does work differently, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's because it's in the
Cursed Child? Was it Cursed Child it was in?
No, it's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh,
in fact,
I don't think they mentioned the school in that, did they?
They did. Yes, they did.
Ilvermorny, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It's
Yeah.
even got a horrible name.
Yep.
Because the American version of the Ministry of Magic is the MACUSA, the Magical American Council of the United States of America.
Just saying, we're all going to be English. I'm not going to do the accent because I will just offend you. But in order to go to Hogwarts, we're all just going to be English or Scottish. I think Hogwarts itself is in Scotland.
It is,
Yeah.
but you could say British because that encompasses both England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Although it also includes students from the Republic of Ireland and the Isle of Man, the Channel Islands, and the...
But what about those filthy French magicians?
they've got their own school.
They have a
They've
specific
got the
one.
Bobo. They've got the Bobo Academy.
Our magic is so superior to yours, you filthy English big dogs.
I thought it was an all-girls school. At least the one they showed in the movie was all girls.
In the film, it's an all-girls school, but technically in the actual books, it is not. It is both sexes.
Oh.
Well, you see, it's because all the Frenchmen, their balls are cut off, you see. It's exactly why it's all girls school.
I want to know what it's like for a vegan to go to Hogwarts. Oh, I can't use that because that's an animal, and I can't put that in a potion.
And
You know,
that would
actually-
suck, honestly.
It's at that point I can picture Snape just putting 2 fingers on the bridge of his nose, going, "Ah." All right, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. I will talk with you later.
Alrighty.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nope, she's gone.